Hello, as you can see, this is not a sewing project. I volunteer at the Chicago Public Library, Austin District, and this is an art project. So I volunteered to help the students there make this little cuff. It's a beaded bracelet. And I want to demonstrate how to do it, and I had the librarian there record it in the middle of the session, so I would like to start the session. This is for support, so when the students need to go back for a reference, if they forget how to do the project, they can look at this video and see what to do. It's a reminder. So I'm going to cast on 8 beads. So I did start with a knot, and I have a long thread, and I'm going to take this, as you can see, and just wrap it around the needle a few times and pull it through, and that will create a knot at the end of my beads, so I don't have to worry about my beads falling off. And these I purchased at Walmart. They as a 6.06/0 glass e-beads. They cost $1.50. I always buy a clear one in case I have to mix other stuff in. As you can see, some of these I have mixed. You just need a button and the beads, and they come in a variety of beautiful colors. Some of them are already mixed. This is the widest one, and then you just need the beads. I use upholstery thread, Coast & Clark. It's 150 yards. Get a lot out of this. I even made the little earrings to match. So don't buy a lot of supplies in case you don't like doing this project. Then you won't have only a minimal investment. Just a minimum. So I only want to use 8 beads. It's only going to be about an inch and a half wide. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And every time you get to the end, so this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Every time you begin a row, you need to put on 2 beads. So I need to put on 2 beads. So I had the 2, and then I want to go down 2, come up. So to me, I watched Bead Baubles and Bangles, and I got inspired to do this, and I've been doing it ever since. It's slow, and then I'm going to go down into my 2 beads, down. So I call it a back stitch. So I'll tell you the truth, I don't know what the real name of this stitch is. Then I'm going to just pick up 1 bead, put it on a mat or some kind of paper towel or in a container so you can easily scoop them up. And then I'm going to go down. So if this was row 1, 2, and this is 3, that's my 3rd bead, that's where I'm going to go in. Now the first row, I like to go through 2 so I can make sure it's really taut and secure, even though this thread is very strong. I'm going to just pick up 1 bead. If I wanted to, I would have never picked up 2. Now I'm on row 4. So I'm going to go through 2, up, through 2, and across, and back down the 2. Now after you get it started, it's a little difficult at the beginning. Just like knitting or crocheting, until it's big enough to hold it well and get a good grip. 2. And try and make sure you don't let the beads twist. So it's not fast, but it is nice. So I pull it down, nice and taut. And again. So this is what I do after watching a show and practicing it. I like to discover things. Okay, maybe it's an easier way that you could do this. The peyote stitch is, I think, is maybe a little faster, but the beads are stagnated. These are just lined up right next to each other, and I like this better Plus, when I want to go and do my buttonhole, it's nice and even straight line. I like that. So here again, the last one, 2. I'm going through 2. I want to make sure it's not twisted. It's lining up straight. And then come back down. Because now I need to start a new row. I need to pick up 2 beads. So every time you start a new row, you pick up 2, go down the first 2, come up, and then make sure it's not twisted, and down the first 2. So I do this for the first few rows because I want to do a buttonhole and I want to secure it. Now after that, you can just do 1 bead instead of 2 beads, so it won't eat up your thread. 2. So again, 1 bead at a time, and I'll show you. Instead of going through 2, I'm going to just go through this 1, and then back down the same 1. So you'll do that. That's what I like to do, is 2 until I finish the first 4 rows. Now after you get it, you see I'm able to pick up the speed just a little bit. So this is my tripod. So I hope you all can see me well. I usually have a person holding the camera for me, and they ask me some questions, what I feel like maybe somebody doing this for the first time may ask. That's why it was really nice. So I started telling my husband, I need you to hold the camera for me and record me, and my husband said, I'll buy you a tripod. So hopefully you all can see me well. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to leave the space for the button. So here, let's see, forgot my button. So for instance, because these are much bigger, you need to take the button and just lay it up on the space. So I say 3 beads in the center. 1, let's see, 4. I'm gonna have a small button, so I do need to pick up 2 to start my new row. And then I want to pick up 4 in the middle for my button. So I'm not going to stitch them at all. I'm going to just pick up the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be my 4, and then I need 2 to finish this in. So I'm going to pick up 1, and I'll go right in the 7th bead and continue as if I was putting it together the same way, and go through the 1, and then pick up my last bead, and I'm going to go through both. We want to keep it nice and taut. So pull it. This thread is very, very strong. You can buy beading thread, but it's less on the spool. So see, they all stacking up nicely. So here, let's pick up the 2 to start the new row. And I think it's nice to volunteer to help support students. You might, help them discover their gift. Should always try something new and pay it forward. So here, I'm going to still continue my 2 because I want this nice and taut. Now you need your wrist measurement plus 1.5 inches, because these all overlap and they button and unbutton just like a sleeve cuff. So what we did right there is we created the buttonhole, and then you're just going to take it and button it right on your wrist, and it's the cutest thing. So feminine. And continue this until you get it to your finished length. Fasten it off. What I do, this is what I need to show you, what to do if you run out of thread. what I do if I run out of thread, I just start it right in the middle here and weave it and go around the needle in between the beads, little spaces, so that I can conceal the thread, and then just cut it off. So just weave it in and out, in and out, in and out a few times. So after this, from now on, all you have to do is go through one bead at a time. This is very inexpensive project. It only costs, it's probably $8. If you had the thread already at home and if you had the buttons already at home, you are good to go. So make sure the thread don't loop over. You have to watch all of that. And it's good to do this with a light, overhead light, sunlight, natural light. But don't do it late at night, because you don't want to damage your eyes. So there go the buttonhole. We'll just continue to knit. Now these I did on the buttons, and then I did extra little dangly beads. And dangly beads is just a little clear button. I even put some of the beads on the back to build up a little shank, so it's easy to button off and on. This I just put a single button bead on top of the button. So it's the same process. Just take the button, lay it up on there so you can figure out how big to create the opening. And this I did a whole belt. I stitched it on the back, jointed onto the ribbon, and then I just tied this bow in the back. So this is an easy, fun project. Volunteer at your local library. Pay it forward. Encourage some kids and share your gift and your talent. You don't know what inspiration you could be to somebody else. And the children are the future, and we want them to, some of them to be able to do their arts. It's just amazing what the kids will do if we just share our gifts. So pay it forward, somebody. I pray that you'll be a blessing, that your project will be a blessing to you, and or a gift for somebody else. So happy beading. I call this a brace or a bracelet or a cuff. Really, I call it a glass cuff because it's just like a cuff. So God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.